So we really need to have a discussion about this incoming banner because, man, these units are good. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. Let's go into more detail today, okay? So, first things first, we're going to talk about the new Finn unit, okay? This is not Red Eyes Finn, so it is what it is. Essentially, though this is Finn definitely from Part 3. I mean, very obviously, Finn Part 1 was a whole different animal. So, Skill 1 for Finn here, and take note of everything that's going on. Skill 1 is a 108 MP cost, allies fast, removes strength, physical resist, magic resist, debuffs. So any strength debuff, any physical or magic resistance debuff is gone as soon as you do this turn. And it's a fast skill, so it's going off quickly. Okay? And with 1268 agility, you may not be the fastest in the room, but you're going to be up there. And the nice part is that it's right below that area where some of the current Hero Festas are. So they'll put in the debuff and then he'll instantly remove it. It's great. He's right where he needs to be. Really fast, but not so fast he's outspeeding some of those debuffers. Very, very, very nice unit. Okay? And that's just the start. Also, you have a 40% HP heal every time you do this move, and physical resist, strength, and magic resist plus 60%. Okay? All this is still part of the first skill. Earth attack damage plus 100% for 6 turns, then does 3 additional actions, foes, plural, mid-earth physical attack with ultra on guard rate, skill damage 40% per foe, agility, agility and physical resistance debuff, and inflicts slow. Now, if you built your team right, you'll have agility and physical resistance debuff on both the adventure and the assist side. So, worst case scenario, that's an 80% hit. Best case scenario, that's 160% hit. Per turn. So, I hear people arguing, but the game's ending. Why do I care? The honest answer is, sure, the game's ending. And as I'll discuss tomorrow, I have a roadmap to the end of this game that is going to keep us basically in content and having fun. And essentially, if you stick with me, keep doing war games, keep doing your record busters, just keep enjoying the game. We don't have to have new content to enjoy the game that we've always enjoyed. We can ride this out in absolute style and have a blast doing it. Like I said, stay tuned tomorrow for the whole roadmap on that. But just basically know this unit is game breaking and is 100% a taste, mind you, of what's coming with the anniversary. So this unit is completely bonkers. A must-have unit any day of the week. And that's just skill 1. Skill 2 is a foes, plural, fast, super earth physical attack with ultra on counter rate, temporary strength boost, and strength, magic, agility, physical resist, and earth resist, down 40%. So I want you to pay close attention to all those debuffs there. Strength and magic, down 40%. Agility, down 40%. Physical resist and earth resist, down 40%. All of the resistances that you would be implanting with sacks and stuff like that, Finn's just doing. He just walks out there and is like, blah! Everything is just completely annihilated. He comes to the table with everything you need. Literally, if they had dropped this unit and it hadn't been the end of the game, it would have been the end of the game. This dude does everything. Everything. He's bonkers. Literally, this means that you don't need to sack anybody anymore. He comes in and he does all of it. The only thing you might emphasis, is I don't know, an ailment or, SAH charge or something like that. This dude does it all. He's so good, at least as far as debuffing goes. That's just skill 2. Now we get to skill 3, which is a 46 MP cost foe singular high earth physical attack with ultra on guard rate, skill damage 60% per agility and physical resistance debuff. Do the math on that. That's a 240% hit any day of the week. And basically what that is that's one of those taunt punishment skills. He gets taunted. He looks at that unit, says, "You got these debuffs on you," and then just wails on him. It's a great skill. This dude will take apart Hero Festus. Mark my word on that. He is just nasty and amazing, frankly. Then on top of that, after he does all that, he heals status ailments. So any ailments he's got, he's like, not anymore there. This dude is bonkers. Bonkers. HP is 4,700. We didn't even talk about that. One of the highest HP stats in the game. Endurance is 735. 2191 physical attack. For all intents and purposes, essentially what you've got Hero Festa stats on just a regular time limited 4-star. Now here's the thing. Both these units are time limited. This is your one and only one chance to get these units unless they rerun before the game actually ends. Your one and only chance. And mark my words, if you don't get them, you are going to be sorry. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you've heard me say, leave certain portions of the game undone. Okay? So, like, I've got a bunch of Bell quests and Leafian and all those quests that I never completed. Well, starting, actually, as of last night, I've started running through all those, and I've started completing all those, because, quite frankly, it pays to complete all of those quests. Those quests are going to just give you all this amazing... Your rewards for doing this are immense. So get in there, EOL your game, finish all of them, finish everything, 3-star everything. Because after this, everything is reruns. This is what matters. This is the moment. This is now. Get Finn and get all the units that are coming for the anniversary, and you'll be set for the rest of the game's existence. Unless they get really crazy and like do some wild and crazy rebalances on units, which would be really awesome, actually. I'm not going to lie. I would love to see them just game-breakingly rebalance some just insanely old units just for the lulz. How hilarious would that be? So like for the older players like us, it's like, oh, they reran the Attack on Titan collab or something like that, units that are just insanely old. And then they're like, by the way, they keep up with current Hero Festas. It's like all those older players are like, I already have them. And the new players are like, that's what I want to see. It's a win-win. So really, and this is just me being honest here, you have no reason not to go in on these. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think it's a good strategy. And even if they do, you have plenty of time between now and then to farm up anything you need. The honest answer here is, guys, you have every reason to go all in free to play on this. Don't hold back. Just don't hold back. We didn't even talk about his essay. Finn's essay is an ultra with physical attack, ultra on guard rate, temporary great strength boost, removes status buffs, and self strength plus 100% for 4 turns, and 60% MP heal, which is great because he's pretty hardy on MP. With 4 additional actions, foes plural, high earth physical attack with ultra and guard rate, skill damage 60%, that's a 240 hit, per agility and physical resistance debuff. Essentially, this dude is just the craziest unit we've ever seen in the game. Passive skills, 45% thunder resistance, counters and regular attacks or earth physical attacks, 35% strength, magic, endurance, agility, and dex, 20% damage on critical and penetration, 30% physical resist and magic resist, and a giant killer. Moving on to Fianna, because we got Red Eyes Fianna, guys. We got Fianna without the goggles, which is amazing here. 4660 HP, 2189 physical attack, and 720 endurance. Not quite as hardy as Finn, but pretty stinking close. 1183 agility, or sorry, 1189 agility isn't the greatest. That dex skill is through the roof, though. Like, basically, these units are just busted all. Just completely game-breakingly busted, and I love them. This is the time that they just need to start doing crazy, unthinkable things like basically these units are. This is awesome. Because if they had released these units any other time, it would have broken the game to the point it was just unplayable. And now, what does it matter? Like, this is great. You just, like, throw caution to the wind. Go nuts. It's perfect. So Fianna's skill 1 is a 103 MP cost, fast. Remove AoE and single target damage reduction buffs. Remember, that's technically a debuff, though they call it a buff. But any damage reduction buffs on your foe, they're gone. So you think there would be like minus 30% AoE, gone. Something like that. And Dex down 40% for 1 turn, hopefully replicating that. And self AoE single target damage taken down 60%, which is funny because she just removed that. So basically she removes it from herself on the opponent's side, her mirrored image on the other side, which is hilarious. Just depends on which one goes first. Strength, agility, and wind attack damage plus 70% for 6 turns, and 3 additional actions, foes, plural, mid-wind physical attack with ultra penetration rate, shorten status buffs by 3 turns. So essentially, every time she does that, any buffs on your opponent, she's like, yeah, by the way, 3 of those turns are gone. So in a lot of situations, she's going to be wiping units completely out of their buffs because of that. And extend status debuffs by 1 turn. She's crazy, guys. Fiona is busted. Skill 2 is a foe's plural super wind physical attack with ultra encounter rate. Skill damage 30% per self strength and agility buff skill. It's a little bit lower, but remember that is still a 120% hit, and that is just nasty. If we'd seen this before, we would have absolutely lost our minds. We've seen 40% with 1 skill. We've never seen 30 and 40% with 2 skills. I would argue that Finn is slightly better, but the argument there is extremely slightly. And these 2 units are going to work well side by side because of everything they've got going on. Even though they're not technically on the same element team, they'll work fantastically side by side. Skill 2, 63 MP cost, foes plural, slow, super wind physical attack with ultra encounter rate, skill damage 30%. We already covered that. With allies, extends status buffs by 3 turns and 10% MP heal. Skill 3 is a 45 MP cost, foe singular, high wind physical attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage 60% per self strength and agility buff skill, and allies 10% MP heal. If you ain't sold, I don't know what else to tell you guys. You need these units. I'm going all in on them tonight. I'm 100% going completely all in. It's 4,000 Iris to go all the way into the banner. The one thing I will warn you is if you don't MLB them on this banner, don't overdraw. We've got about, 2 weeks until the anniversary, 3 weeks until the anniversary. And at that point, we'll know whether or not those are time limited or if those are Hero Festas. I'm assuming they're going to be Hero Festas. I think that's a safe bet at this point. They have no reason to hide the anniversary units behind a time limited banner. In fact, it's kind of silly to do these units behind time limited banner, but this basically, I see this as the only the final time limited banner. This is the only banner that really needs to be time limited because you kind of just don't want these units dropping on those banners when the anniversary drops. But the honest answer here is Hero Festas only show up in Hero Festa banners. Will they ever rerun Hero Festas after the anniversary? Maybe. Who knows? But if these units weren't time limited, they would show up in the Hero Festa banner. So the honest answer here is do your time limited here, final time limited banner, and the anniversary banner should be Hero Festas. Because who knows when or if those will ever rerun. And the answer is probably not. So that's the roadmap I see going forward. Go all in, guys. So worth. Absolutely so worth. SA is Ultra Wind Physical Attack, Ultra Penetration, Ultra Wind Physical Attack. Didn't even notice that before. With Ultra Penetration Rate, Temporary Great Strength Boost, Self Strength plus 100% for 4 turns, and foes AoE and single target damage taken plus 50%, the highest that is available in the game for 4 turns, and 4 additional actions, foes plural, High Wind Physical Attack with Ultra Penetration Rate. I think Winnie's the only other one that does that, but does that basically alone. She does it with everything else, which is bonkers. Shorten status buffs by 4 turns and extend status debuffs by 2 turns. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Passives are 45% earth resist, and counters of regular attacks are wind physical. 35% strength, magic, endurance, agility, and dex. 20% damage on critical and 20% damage on critical, 20% damage on penetration, and she's a beast killer. Oh no, she's a beast in general. So guys, when this banner drops tonight, go all in. You've got plenty of time to farm up for whatever's coming for the anniversary. If you were smart and you left a bunch of stuff available in the game to farm, it doesn't matter what you do tonight because you'll be able to farm most all of that back up anyway. We're getting new stories tonight. We're getting basically if I understand the way this is going to work, the Knossos War, which ends tonight, is literally coming right back. In fact, most of them, they probably two will be running side by side simultaneously. It's just nuts. Go all in, guys. Like, comment, share. And if you don't summon on this, you will be sorry.